Hello everyone and welcome to ZankCast, where we interview members of the Bey community. This episode we have a special guest or guests. With over 130,000 subscribers, we have FunWithTheBugs.
Yo,
Hello.
What is up, Zankye? What is up, guys?
What's up?
Thanks for having us. Excited to be here.
Thanks so much. All right, so first icebreaker. I saw you started your channel in like 2016 and you eventually did Beyblade in 2018. So what inspired you to start off your YouTube channel and eventually get into Beyblade?
So initially we started out the channel, Bugs was really into like Hot Wheels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we were watching guys like Race Brews and like Ghost Jerka, and we were like, wow, this stuff's really, really cool. I think we can do that. So we used to like make all our like Hot Wheels tracks and stuff. And I was like, hey, well, let's just try it. I had no idea. I had no recording experience, no video experience, like anything. I've never like did like one video in my life, and somehow we just kind of just progressed and moved on. That's how the channel got started. And then how we got into Beyblades is we just got a package of Beyblades after a couple of years of doing, toy unboxing and reviews like that. And we got a box of Beyblades from HASBRO, and it just kind of, from there, we just kind of just
like got into it.
Went right to Beyblades. Got really into it.
All right, well, I was trying to brush up on the past just to see. No, that's cool. So you've done Beyblade for at least a decent amount of time. I think you got around like the Switch Strike-ish era, Evolution.
Yeah.
Kind of, what was your first impressions on Beyblade? And, you've made it to the end of Beyblade. What did you think about it?
It was fun.
It was when we first got, that package of Beyblades, we didn't know anything about Beyblades. So
nothing.
My nephews, when they were little, like used to really were really into Beyblades. I guess when Beyblade like literally first started. So I kind of knew what they were, but really knew nothing about them. So when we got the package, we were like, oh, look, we unboxed, we were like, oh, this is the red one versus the blue one. Like we didn't know anything. And then we were like, wait, does this like actually like spin right or left, or like you just put them on any launcher? Like we had no idea what we were doing. But then, we kind of just really, really got into it. And then we really got into it was like Switch Strike. It was like Switch Strike Wave 4. It was like,
the Wave 4 was good.
Like Wave 4 just got us, like I feel like that was like where our channel like kind of just really took off, and we really got into Wave 4, and that's when we kind of really like got into Beyblades like hardcore from there.
No, that's good. That's good. It's always interesting to hear these stories because everyone starts somewhere. So I'm a little bit curious now, between the both of you, who do you think's the stronger blader?
Him.
So,
Definitely a lot more own power.
but it doesn't necessarily mean you win. So I definitely have the stronger launch often. You do have a crazy launch though. The Bugs does have a strong launch. Yeah. But like we never know who's going to actually win a battle. So it's come down to like it doesn't even matter who has the harder launch. We just never know who's gonna win a battle.
Yeah, because I practice with my father a lot, even though I know all this stuff about the bays. He beats me in most of the videos. So I was curious.
Yeah, no, the Bugs has a pretty hard launch though. He when he rips hard, like you can tell when he's angry and he wants to like beat. He rips like extra hard. He's got the rip.
So in terms of the bays that you've gone over, since you at least experienced, I think, most of Burst, what are some of the bays that you really enjoyed reviewing? Or it doesn't have to be like it's a good Beyblade, but just any bays that you really liked?
I liked, like, Wave 4 was, again, really fun. Like, we did a lot of videos on that stuff. And they were just really fun to, like, talk about and battle with.
So one of the Beyblades that was really hard to find when we started, and it was a Beyblade I really, really wanted, was Wyvern W3. And, like, I literally went searching everywhere online. I think like people wanted like $150 for the Beyblade. And I was like, all right, wait, I can't spend $150 on the Beyblade. Like we were just getting into Beyblades, just starting. Like maybe like today I'd be like, all right, if we really need it. But like going back then, I was like, no, that's insane. That's crazy. And then I don't know if they re-released it, but then somehow Hasbro sent us like a package, like a random package. And I was like, holy cow, there's a Wyvern W3 in there.
Yeah.
And then everyone,
It was crazy.
but it was like,
so
it was like
excited.
literally like the hardest like Bey to find at the time. And then obviously they re-released it, which was pretty cool.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, definitely. I know what you're talking about. I think that's one specific Wyvern. It just got scalped a lot because the driver tip thing was really good on the thing, and everyone's kept getting it. I know Turbo, they did like a re-release of some of the older stuff, but in terms of the Beyblade stuff, you know, what do you find most enjoyable about it when you do it? Is it like the fun battles, making the combos? You know, what do you enjoy about it?
I love the battles. And that's my favorite part.
Yes, you know, when we do like reviews and stuff like that, the Bug, but we're like actually talking about the Beyblade, he's like in another world. Like he just wants to get straight to the battles. So like, you know, our channel is really about more of the battling and the entertainment of the battles. Like when, you know, when people want to like a deep dive into like Beyblades and all the parts and all that, it's like, oh, we go to Zankye. Like that's where. Like you own that, like, you know what I mean? Like if we want to find out something about like, hey, what about this part or something? It's like, oh, just find the Zankye video on it, see what he has to say. Because like, you know, yeah, we're like straight up like we just love the battle, we just love the entertainment of Beyblades. When it comes to combos, so you know, you mentioned combos. I'm really excited about the new series coming, and I'm hoping that they lower the amount of parts. I feel like I feel like for us at least, Burst got into like as Burst went on and like Beyblades now and like DB and all that, it's just like so many parts that even making combos, it's like you once you take all, you know, there's so many Beyblades and then you take parts and then it's like you never get them back together again. It's like, oh my God, where are all my parts? And it's like insane.
No, it's interesting you mentioned that. I was going to say the question for the end. It's all right. I was going to ask, what did you want to see for 321?
Yeah, sorry, I jumped the gun there. I'm really excited for it, so I jumped the gun. I'm like, give me some less parts and some good Beyblades. And
like, I like there was just like 3 parts and like there wasn't like 5 different ones. Like,
well, sure. So here's another thing to ask, because the Beys burst mostly. So for the new generation, would you want to see, because even though we got told whatever, you know, not 100%, but etc., would you want to see them keep the idea of bursting, like they explode? Or would you prefer like how they did originally, where it's like knockout and outspin and no burst? It's a tough question.
Me personally, I like the burst, but it was kind of dangerous when they burst and like hit your hand and stuff. Like we got a lot of injuries like when they burst. But I like the gimmick of bursting. I think it's just like cool, and like it's a lot of action.
Yeah, it's a fun gimmick, but we did have a lot of injuries. And then you know, it came to, if you had a Bey that wasn't tight, it's almost like you can't even battle with that Bey. So it's like, this Bey is loose, it's not good. It's just, there's no point in ever bringing it out and battling. So it was kind of like you just knew if you had a Bey, no matter how good you launched it or how bad you launched it or what you did, that then once the thing like touches, it's going to burst. So it kind of took away, you know, some excitement from some Beys that you can battle, which kind of just made them pointless, some of the Beys.
Yeah.
But I actually hope we don't. I like to get away from burst.
I would be inclined to agree. It is funny, maybe interesting. I think Guilty has injured me at least 3 times, and it's been on the same part. It's been like the same hand. It happened on like a WBO event. I almost got mad at the person. I said it's fine, but no, sometimes it's scary. It's a little more scary for the Hasbro ones because the TT has the shroud, the top part of the stadium, like the plastic shield thing. Some Hasbro stadiums have that, but the square ones don't. Like bursting it, I don't think even when they have the protection, it doesn't really protect you because it can just go like this, and then after, oh, it hit my hand. Or worse is that, you know, sometimes he'll launch and it'll hit my hand, and he says, oh, you got to wear gloves. I'm like, all right, I'll wear gloves.
Yeah. No, oh yeah, we've done that. We a lot of times we'll launch. So like my wife will have the camera, so she has to stay in there, right? She can't leave. But like me and him will launch, and then we like back away. Like we're like out. We're like launch because we know like this Beyblade has a good chance of bursting. So we'll launch and we're both like 10 feet away. But she has to like stand there with the camera and like more power to her. But yeah, but luckily, you know, it hasn't broken my camera.
It's dangerous, like drop of all 3 of us.
You know,
But you know, we did a video where we recorded in a different room than usual, and we had a Christmas tree in there, and this thing like went like 15 feet flying, and it broke one of our ornaments. And I have a fish tank in that same room, and I was like nervous the rest of the video because I'm like, if it flies the other way and this thing like crashes my fish tank, so I was like, I don't know if we can do videos in this room anymore. So yeah, it's a lot of interesting, but you know, the burst is exciting. It's obviously burst was good. Not to knock burst. It's very exciting, and I think the bays that were harder to burst made it more exciting. We've actually got a bay to burst like that, but yeah,
because also the difficulty is if the parts go flying, sometimes you just can't find it. That happened so many times. We'll do a battle. The disc will go like some random place. Like it'll spawn randomly somewhere. It'll be like under the sofa. It'll be like behind my head. So long as we get away from it, it's better for me to record.
we still have a missing. We miss
Ragnarok.
Yeah, we still have a missing Ragnarok. Literally,
he bursted, and we just don't know where he went.
We can't find. Luckily, we had a second one. I don't know how we had a second one of this one. I think we got shipped to by accident. So we actually had a second one to finish the video, but it's never been seen again.
You just have its 2 other pieces.
I mean, like we lifted couches. I took things like under my stove. I was like, did it go under the like nowhere to be found?
That's
it.
Yeah, no, that happened to us. We did like a winter video. It was screw trident. 2 years, couldn't find it. It went into the snow. That was it. And we had like a second screw trident. And then when I opened the second screw trident, we eventually found it. So now I just have one without stickers and one with stickers. So I know the struggle quite a bit. So to kind of talk about next, we'll kind of go back to 320 in a second. But in terms of stadiums, right? You know, what stadiums enjoy competing in the most? It doesn't have to be. It could be, you know, like the TT stadiums, HASBRO stadiums, you know, whatever your preference is. So what did you enjoy the most?
So I personally, I like the vertical drop bay stadium.
Same. That one's like really fun.
I find, I know you like pockets. I know you talked about liking pockets in stadiums. I'm kind of quite the opposite. I enjoy stadiums without pockets. And I feel like the TT stadiums, when me and the Bugs battle,
they always just ring out. Like they always go in the pockets.
Yeah, like there's just so many ring outs where it's kind of like it just kind of takes away from the battle itself. You know, like some small pockets are good maybe. Kind of like the tournament, the HASBRO tournament stadium that, you know, has some small pockets, not many ring outs, but like stuff like that. If you're gonna get a pocket. But yeah.
No, I think it's interesting just to know. I prefer the pockets because for HASBRO Stadium, especially if the lid on, it's like impossible to KO them. Like on a quad strike stadium, it's funny because on the instructions, they'll say you can KO it, but in reality, you can't because the picture that they show of reference is the big square one. So it's not the same stadium. I think my favorite one was maybe for HASBRO at least, was the Pro Stadium. That's pretty neutral. I wish the hole was at least a little bit bigger because they'll like go in but not go in.
Yeah.
So that was where it's going to lead to the next one. What kind of preference would you have for the new generation X Cross whatever, you know, for the stadium? Because would you prefer like closer to TAKARA, TOMY, HASBRO, a mix? You know, what would be the FunWithTheBugs preference?
I like what HASBRO's doing and like how they have like different things in their stadiums, like and how they keep customizing it. Like I just think it's like fun, those stadiums, like the battle, and like it's like you never know what's gonna happen almost.
Yeah, I like that HASBRO takes chances with their stadium, gives us different options. To me, it gives you a lot of different ways to play Beyblade. Going through different stadiums, they always, you know, bays react differently. They have different gimmicks in them. Some work, some we never, you know, take out after the first time we use it. But, you know, it's the fun that we have those options and choices. And then sometimes we'll just randomly pull something out and be like, hey, we haven't battled in this stadium in like 2 years. Let's just hop into that. And you get like a whole different, you know, type of battle.
No, I think it's definitely a good point made. I think experimenting is like a key thing in Beyblade in general because no one wants to do the same thing over and over. I think TT at the start, I think when it got near the end, they didn't, but that's like probably like COVID or restrictions or whatever. But not at the start of the gimmicky stadiums. I think even the new one is, I think, gimmicky. I think on what we saw, I'm not 100%, but I do think, like the take that you said, I do hope they kind of explore that because, listen, 321's pretty exciting. So that's where I want to kind of lead around to, you know, how excited are you for 321, you know, because it's a new generation. You guys made it through Burst, you know, you're going to be in a new generation after this.
That is crazy. I didn't think it would go on for that long, but we've been at it for a while now. Like a lot longer than I thought we'd be in Beyblade, and we strictly went Beyblade, and yeah, new generation. It's funny because every time the season ended, it's like, oh no, is Beyblade gonna end and leave us, and like, are we gonna be done? What's gonna happen?
What are we gonna do?
And it's like, oh, Zankye announcement. No, there's a new Beyblade coming, and we're like, yes, excited. There's a new one coming. So yeah, it's really cool that a whole new generation is starting. So you know, hopefully, you know, lots more years to come. As well. So definitely really excited to, you know, and not just a new season, but a whole new, you know, generation. It's cool.
So, you know, the fans are going to be wondering, are you going to be covering the new generation? You're going to take a small break, you know, are you going to keep it going? You know, what's going to happen?
Yeah, there's no breaks. There's no breaks in YouTube. Well, so yeah, we'll be here covering the new generation and any generations to come after that, as long as, you know, people are watching and, you know, and interested, and, you know, we'll be interested on this end. So, you know, we enjoy battling and having fun, and it's something to, you know, again, it's you know, sometimes we just have fun as a family. We'll even do some 4-way battles, grab some Beyblades, and, you know, so just as a family, you know, thing to do is pretty fun too.
And I think it's a good thing. I think you do a good job of showing, you know, fun and entertainment in your videos. It's good because I don't know, some people say they're going to take a break after Burst. Some say they're going to keep on going. So that was good to know. And, you know, the longer they keep on going, you know, the more you get into Beyblade, because there's so many generations. There's like the original, the Metal Fight, Burst, you know, and now it's going to be like this new one. And plus, hopefully, you know, as the years go by, YouTube finally realizes they can stop marking down the videos. Yes.
Yeah. But it's cool that we'll start. You know, we're actually starting in a new generation, because again, we came in, Burst was already going. We came in, you know, Evolution, Wave 4 was first coming out. So there was a lot of catching up to do. Came in kind of, you know, a little late in the scene, but now it'll be cool because we get like a fresh start. You know, right from the start of a new generation, which will be cool and, you know, different for us as well.
It's gonna be definitely exciting.
Well, yeah, I was also gonna mention, isn't there like, it's supposed to release in July? Isn't there like 13 or something releases, right? Yeah, like a lot. Yeah, like mid-July. Hey, listen, the summer is gonna be the best for everybody for videos. Like 13 things, the content is never going to be dry. It's one after another.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot for a 1 month release. Start saving up, people.
So moving forward, I think it was really great to talk to the both of you. If you have any future plans you want to announce on here, you know, is there anything you have planned you want to, you know, say, or if there's any shout outs you want to do, you know, the floor is yours to plug anything at all. No, say whatever you want to say.
No plugs. Anything you want to plug?
I don't think so.
Let's go Mets. Baseball season's upon us, so that's there's a plug for the Mets. But otherwise, yeah, we're all good. But yeah, thanks for having us. You were actually, when we started Beyblade, you were like one of the original channels that we
thank you.
started watching. And the Bugs, and like, I actually think I found out about you from the Bugs, and you were like his favorite. So it was really cool to actually be here with you.
So if you want to find out more about Fun with the Bugs, they have a YouTube channel, Instagram, other social medias, all will be linked in the description below. I want to thank Fun with the Bugs for the wonderful interview today. Cannot wait to see you guys uploading and keep on blading. And that'll be it for now. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Bye.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me.